really. I was just cleaning, and Elliot's taking a nap, and I didn't want to do anything with the hair, so poof, there it is. I have, once again, something very specific to talk about today. How did I get here? Suddenly I talked about boobs, and now I'm going to be talking about fertility. I have no shame anymore. No, it's really valuable information, and it's new to me, and anytime I learn something new and I find it valuable, I'm naturally inclined to want to share it. So, a couple weeks ago, I was having a discussion with my mom's group, a bunch of moms that get together and talk about things like fertility. And I was explaining how I really wanted to use I don't like the idea of taking hormones for birth control, or the idea of an IUD just freaks me out because it's possible to conceive with any method, and a lot of those conceptions result in miscarriage because of the choice that you made in birth control, and that freaks me out. I don't want to, if I conceive a child, I don't want to miscarry it because of my choice of contraceptive, and that just, I don't know, it scares me. And so there wasn't really a method that I felt comfortable using, but you have to use something, right? So one of the girls in my mom's group lent me this book, Taking Charge of Your Fertility. Maybe you've seen it before. And it is what it says: The Definitive Guide to Natural Birth Control, Pregnancy Achievement, and Reproductive Health. Now, before I go any further, when I read natural birth control, I was like, whoa, that's the rhythm method, and we've all heard that joke, right? What do you call people that use the rhythm method? Parents. Ha ha ha. Okay, it's not the rhythm method. This is not that. It's actually effective. So I'm not going to talk you through the entire thing because it's a pretty big book, and if you want to read it, you'll read it. But it boils down to a couple of basic principles. Women are only fertile for a couple of days a month. This is something I totally didn't know, by the way. Unlike men who are fertile 365 days a year. So there's a certain window where you're able to achieve pregnancy. I hate that word. I told you that before, but there's nothing else to use. There's only a small window when that can actually happen. All the other days, it can't happen. So this method, it's called the Fertility Awareness Method, helps you identify, using both charting and symptoms, to determine when that fertility window is. And then during that window, you can make the choice to either abstain or use a barrier method of contraception. I've already talked too much detail about what it actually is. What shocks me the most is that I've never heard of this. Rather than explaining to me that there's this natural method, even after I ask my doctor, all of the doctors I've ever had for this kind of thing, they either say, you take the pill, you use this thing called the NuvaRing, or you get an IUD, and all of them have negative side effects, are potentially unsafe, you can still conceive and then miscarry the baby. I've asked so many people, is there a natural way? And nobody's given me this information, and it's shocking, because when this method is used consistently and properly, like any method of birth control, it's 99% effective. Isn't that crazy? That's the same as any oral contraception. So why ingest all these additional hormones and have crazy weight gain and go just mentally wacko because of all the additional hormones when there's a natural method? That's so easy. Anywho, the thing that shocks me the most is that I was completely unaware of this, and not even as a method of birth control, or pregnancy achievement, because it helps you determine when that window of fertility is. So if you're trying to achieve pregnancy, you don't attempt over and over and over again and just get super frustrated and disappointed because you're not achieving when you're doomed from the start because you're not even in your pregnancy window. Anyway, let's say you don't fit into either of those categories. You're just a chick. Just a chick. This book has so much valuable information about what's actually going on inside your body and what the normal, deviation is from what people consider normal. My whole life, I've been told there's something really weird about me because my cycle is typically very irregular. I can't believe I'm talking about this on YouTube. That's just weird. Anyway, like I said, it's valuable information, so don't judge me. Typically, normally irregular, so they've always told me there's something wrong, and they can never tell me what's wrong or why it's wrong or how to fix it. They just say it's wrong, and that's just uncomfortable to think. You know, my whole life I've thought, wow, my girl parts are broken. And it's not true. That's the thing that's really frustrating. If they just would have taken the time to explain it to me, I'm totally normal, and most of you are too, if you experience like weird deviations from the typical, what they call typical 28-day cycle kind of thing. So my whole life I've been walking around with all this anxiety thinking there's something wrong with me, and there's actually not. Now, I don't know if I would want this taught to kids, you know, as a method of birth control, because, well, we can have a moral discussion about that another time. But specifically to educate young women about their own reproductive health, why don't we tell girls this kind of thing? Like, I'll get off my soapbox. Anyway, I feel personally just a lot more empowered just because I know what's going on and I know what's normal and I feel healthy, which is great. And I'm armed with this great natural way of birth control / pregnancy achievement when it comes that time again. So what's not to like, right? Over on my blog, I wrote a post basically saying the same thing. If you want a copy of this book, I'm doing my first ever giveaway. Wow. You can head over to the blog and leave a comment. If you don't want the book, specify that in the comments, because I'm just going to pick somebody at random and send it to them Friday. How about Friday? That's like 5 days from now. So leave a comment on the blog. I'll send you a book. Make sure I can get a hold of you so I can send it to you. They're not like giving me money or like a sponsorship or anything like that. I just think it's really valuable information that everybody could benefit from. Men too. Sorry, I've only been talking to women this whole time. I don't mean to be sexist. I shouldn't assume that men wouldn't be interested. It's super valuable, and actually I would strongly encourage reading it if you're a dude, because if I'm that ignorant about what's going on inside of me, you're probably more ignorant. So head over to the blog. I'll leave a link down below, and tell me what you think. Tell me if you have experience using this method. Was it hard to do? All that stuff. Anywho, that's all I've got to say. I didn't mean for this to be awkward, but when my mom watches this, she's going to be like, you're talking about your menstrual cycle on the internet. I didn't raise you this way. Sorry, Mom. But it's valuable. We can't keep quiet about this kind of thing. So, again, don't judge me. I think Ellie's waking up, so I'm going to go check on her. Thanks for listening. Bye.